Hey guys, it's me, KZ, and I am here to review this book for you. It's called This Is My Brain in Love. It's by I.W. Gregorio, a surgeon by day, a writer by night, apparently. Are you jealous? I'm jealous, except for the surgery part. Don't want to do that. Anyway, this book is a YA novel. It's sort of a romance, but it's the kind of romance that most YA novels are not, which is why I liked this book. A lot of YA novels that are tend towards romance and following a couple make that the primary issue, and anything else is kind of behind. It's secondary. But for this book, the love story is really secondary, tertiary, even below that. Because what happens is you have Jocelyn and you have Will, who are coming into the situation from very different vantage points. Jocelyn's family is immigrant family, Chinese immigrants. They run a Chinese restaurant, and they have situations that is making it difficult for their restaurant to stay alive. So Jocelyn steps in, even though she's a high school student, deciding that she's going to try to update the modality, the modes of operation that her company, the restaurant, her family's restaurant, use so that they can have more success. Meanwhile, Will, also partly of an immigrant family, Nigerian, but much better off in terms of finances, he is looking for some experience trying to talk to people. He works for he's a journalist at his school. And one of the reasons he's not getting the position he wants is because he's so incredibly anxious about talking to people. So he needs to be able to talk to people, and this internship that is offered by Jocelyn and her family seems to be a good opportunity for him. So he interviews with them. He gets the job, and Jocelyn will start to try to perfect how to help the company, the Chinese restaurant, stay alive. Meanwhile, of course, they fall for each other, but there are many obstacles regarding that. The coolest thing, though, about this book is that it's told from both characters' perspectives. And whereas in a lot of books, when that happens, you have one chapter by, for say, Jocelyn, the next chapter by Will, and back and forth and back and forth. In this book, it switches mid-scene sometimes. So it's really cool. You have Jocelyn saying something from Jocelyn's perspective, and then you're like, I wonder what Will is thinking about that. And bam, switches, and you have Will now narrating the scene. So that's really cool. It also deals really well with mental illness. I mentioned that Will has anxiety. That's not the only mental illness mentioned in this, and he goes into great detail about different elements of mental health that are factual, and you see Gregorio's medical background in that without getting too factual, too esoteric, too over your head, especially because this is a YA book. It's meant for YA readers. On that note, I would recommend this book for high schoolers. I think 8th grade is fine as well. It's fairly clean, but it's written, like the style of writing, the sentence structure, all that. A 7th grader could access this book. So if you have a 7th grader who's interested, I say go for it. There's a couple curse words, but you know what? 7th graders unfortunately use those words anyway. Believe me, I'm a middle school teacher. So that is this book. I give it a 3 out of 5. Didn't think it was fantastic, but I really did enjoy it. I hope you do too. See you later.